Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. It's your boy Verge. Today we're gonna be playing a game called the Raintime. This is like a visual novel type game. I think it's about like a college student or something, or like going through his life. Not really sure. I don't like to really get in. I like to figure out what the game is while I'm playing the game. I did look over the description a bit and some reviews, and apparently it's a very sad game. So the Raintime is a visual novel style video game. As you progress through the game, you will, at times, be prompted to make decisions. Please choose freely. There are no wrong choices. Instructions. Move forward. Space to move forward. Visit soka.org for walkthroughs, updates, and news about the Raintime. Soka. The manuscript for this game was delivered to my doorstep in spring 2019 by William Hoffman, a distant friend of mine I attended college with. In order to protect their identities, the names of all the persons mentioned have been changed. 3 days after his unannounced visit, William's lifeless body was discovered in his room. Dang. It's so loud. Hold on. I need. It's so loud. Full screen. There we go. Okay, piles of books, clearly unread, are stacked up against the cheap plywood bed. The floor is littered with pencils, torn beer coasters, clothes, and empty cognac bottles. A cell phone that vibrates with a sonorous hum. 28 times the small device rings, but it does not wake the sleeping student. How? He remains unconscious until late in the afternoon, when the humming has long since subsided. I mutter something beneath my breath and feel the floor beside the bed without finding anything. And I remain motionless for a while longer, holding on the lazy imprint of the warm bed sheets until I finally muster the strength to get up. Dizzying from the sudden effort, one arm resting on my desk, I cast a glance on my scratched up phone screen. One missed call, 1828. A food binge at 4 in the morning has left me feeling bloated, but I should go to the store, if only because it closes at 7. I pick up my phone again. One missed call from Lars. I call him back. Willem, Vadamter, Mistral. A voice shouts out in ridiculous mock German. Lars, I say, you okay? Sure am. You come in tonight? We start at 9. I might be a little later. See you there. Wunderskun Tuskus. End of conversation. First conversation of the day. Could be worse. On my way to the door, I cast a look in the mirror from so close that my features appear all distorted. The sheets have left my red markings. On my right cheek. I strike myself in the face until they fade away. Oh, I forgot. There's a lot of rating. There's an afterthought of rain in the air. I cross the street and dive into a residential area, swiftly navigating the concrete labyrinth of the post-war housing developments that make up Rybury. As I pass the houses and the cars and the gardens of looming evergreens, I gradually become aware of a weak sense of disappointment lingering deep within my guts. It's a solitary feeling, a subtle sadness, and though it's the first time I pay it any notice, I can't seem to trace its origin, no matter how far I think back. When I arrive at E-Mart, a security guard signals that the store is closing. Catching my breath, I watch silently as the last car leaves the adjacent parking lot. I take off my jacket. It's unnaturally warm for a December evening. Ooh. Is it Pokemon? In a corner of the room, two young guys are playing around on an electronic arcade machine. The diner here's not much more than an outfitted gas station, its walls adorned with faded advertisements for unidentifiable cuts of meat. I order a burger, and my attention drifts towards the boys at the machine, who were playing with stern determination, completely absorbed by their game. I take a step sideways so that I can glance over their shoulders. Suddenly, the guy on the left falters. Shit! I hear him swear under his breath. He steps away from the machine, slamming it in passing. You should have taken out the big dude, the other guy comments, shaking his head. He takes a coin from his pocket and resumes playing. They're silent, both of them. The pose is betraying immense dedication, as if their survival depends on the outcome of that single game. I receive my hamburger, and when I bite into the bun, the different sauces drip down onto my napkin, soaking it throughout. And as I'm sitting there making a mess of myself, I can't suppress the growing suspicion that the owner must be looking at me. But I turn around to see that he's no longer standing behind his counter. Though the two guys are still there in the corner, just as transfixed by the machine as when I first came in. They're very normal, uneducated country boys. These days, Rybury is mostly a commuter town, though there's still a small Argrian community that works the surrounding farms. I smile. These kids usually start working right out of high school, as there's not too much else for them to do. And when the work is done, they end up here, throwing away their hard-earned cash at stupid arcade games. A blob of sauce drips down on my arm. Look at them. Would they have girlfriends by now? I let out an inaudible chuckle. What are you grinning at? A coarse voice calls out. I jump. One of the guys has approached my table and is staring at me with an indecipherable expression on his face. Excuse me, I replied as I put down the remains of my meal before attempting in vain to wipe my hands with a soaking wet napkin. What's your problem? He continues. I saw you laughing. Do we amuse you? No, I replied quickly. I was laughing at something else. Why would I laugh at you guys? He's standing right in front of me, staring me down with narrowed eyes. His crew-cut and pale, acne-scarred face evoke a militaristic severity. Answer me. What were you laughing at? I'm dumbstruck by his persistence. He really isn't backing down. I start. He parrots me. Come on, boy, with your hamburger. He utters those last syllables in a menacing staccato. I was thinking about a friend of mine. I answer somewhat dismissively. It was a joke. Tell me the joke, he replies instantly. Oh, come on. It was an inside joke. You wouldn't get it anyway. I wouldn't get it? He sneers. You think I wouldn't get it? I get more than you think. Now let's hear what pretty boys like you laugh about. My mind's racing to come up with something inoffensive to feed him, and he's just staring at me patiently. Bullying strangers must be the only entertainment he has in his sad, pathetic life. Well, I start. If you really want to know, last week I was out with a friend in a bar, a tacky place. Loud music, stupid people. Sweaty DJ. Yes. And he interrupts me. Well, we were bored, so I persuaded him to go over to the DJ and request something by Depen Brock. Depen Brock, you know him? A 19th century composer. I pause for a moment, awaiting his reaction, but he appears to have quieted down at last. Well, the DJ had apparently never heard of Depen Brock, probably thought it was one of those obscure Australian EDM producers, so he starts browsing through his records, looking for something by Depen Brock. Aha! Can you imagine? Now after a while, Corey, a loud voice interrupts me, try to be mindful of our real customers. It's the owner, who has silently returned to his counter and is overlooking the scene with a grin on his face. Corey shrugs and strolls back to his friend. They continue their game. And I remain, growing rapidly aware of the sickening scent of the cold hamburger in front of me. The greasy mints of calculating acid sauce have begun interacting, producing an almost fecal odor that penetrates deep into my nostrils. But this is nonsense. Abruptly, I pick up the burger and walk to the door, where I throw the disgusting half-eaten bun into the garbage can. I step outside and cast a last glance over my shoulder into the dark, grimy diner, just to see the owner laughing at me heartily. And I try, with all my might, to look as angry as possible. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave this episode here because it's like this kind of like a lot of reading. I know it can get boring, so I'm gonna do shorter videos for these. If you drop a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want to get notified when I upload. Alright, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Roll the outro.